Don't waste your money buying a Tascam trainer unit. Do I have your attention? I hope so. And over the next several minutes I will show you why buying a Tascam trainer is not a wise decision. I'm not going to try to convince you, you're going to actually be convincing yourself. Hi, I'm Jim Todd, and in the interest of full disclosure, you should know that I am with Song Surgeon, the other product that will be discussed in this video. There are three reasons why you should feel confident and trust what you hear in this comparison between Song Surgeon and Tascam. The first is that when we are done, before you make any decision, I want you to download and try our free 4-hour demo. And you can get that demo by simply downloading from this button right here. And that's very important because this allows you to take the product for a test drive, not to rely upon anything that I've said. The second reason is that I'm going to briefly review with you some comments we have received from others who have used Tascam, who have been Tascam owners in the past. And let's take a look at those. Here's a gentleman that says, whenever I slowed down the guitar part, the recorder made an underwater warble sound and got in the way of learning. Next, he says, when I was trying to make a loop on Tascam, it was a real pain, let alone create and save 3 separate parts. Forget it, I'd rather go back to my tape recorder, he says. Down here he says that once he downloaded Song Surgeon, he created and saved an intro, a middle solo, and an outro, all on separate retrievable loops. He said the sound quality was much better than the Tascam, no underwater warble sounds. Lastly, and I like this the best, oh yeah, I sold my Tascam on eBay the next day. So this is just one person here commenting. Here's a second one saying, I have owned and used the Tascam guitar trainer. Personally, I prefer Song Surgeon for at least 2 reasons. Talks here about the ease of which he can get his iTunes into Song Surgeon, and then number 2, he's saying that with the Tascam guitar trainer he has to burn a disc, and even then it doesn't work because the guitar trainer will only read original discs, not burned CDs. Come down here to a third one, and this guy is saying that buying Song Surgeon sure beats paying close to $300 for a Tascam unit that does the same thing. Going down here, he says, I was thinking about buying the Tascam unit for about $150 to $200 to do this job. This will fill the bill nicely for less dollars. So there's just a few comments from some people that have experience with Tascam. And the other thing I want to point out just briefly is that notice the dates. 2008. 2008, 2008. These are all 3+ years old. And what you don't know is that all of these folks were then using our 2nd generation product. And we now have a 3rd generation product out that is head and shoulders better than the product that they were actually reviewing and using. So these folks thought Song Surgeon was much better back when they were only looking at the 2nd generation product, and the 3rd generation product that we have, Song Surgeon version 3, really blows the socks off our 2nd generation product. The third reason that you should feel confident and comfortable with this information is that largely all I'm going to do is give you a comparison between the 2 products. Now, first thing to say is that, as you know, or probably know, Tascam has a bunch of different trainer units. There's a CD unit for guitar, a CD unit for bass, an MP3 unit for guitars, an MP3 unit for basses, and there's a CD-VT, which is a vocal trainer. So Tascam has 5 different products. And with Song Surgeon, if you look here under File Formats, we can handle all of those different 5 products that are Tascam products in just one version of Song Surgeon. So in that sense, you get a 5-for-1 product. Tascam only works with MP3s or with CDs, And as we saw earlier from one of these other people who were giving us a review, it doesn't work on CDs that you burn yourself. And then they've got all these different versions for different types of instruments, whether it's guitar, bass, or voice. So one version of Song Surgeon will do all the different things plus tons more of what Tascam will do. So let's go down through this list in a little more of a methodical fashion. First of all, the tempo change. Song Surgeon does up to 4 times faster and down to a 90% reduction or 10% of the original tempo. Tascam will do a 16% increase. That means to say 116%, and will do a 50% decrease or 50%. So the range of tempo change is much less than what it is in Song Surgeon. Sound quality, and we heard this alluded to over here in some of these other customer comments that we received, that the sound quality in Tascam wasn't very good. In Song Surgeon it is superb. In fact, we use 2 different algorithms to achieve this superb song quality, and you can go well down below 50% and it's almost completely distortion free. In Tascam, I think we could say that it's fair, probably not a whole lot better than that. Pitch change in Song Surgeon, we can do plus or minus 24 semitones, and in Tascam you can only do plus or minus 6 semitones. In addition to semitones, in Song Surgeon you can also do cents, so much finer increments. We've talked about the file formats before. Continuous looping in Song Surgeon, yes. In Tascam, no. In Song Surgeon you can set up multiple loops. In Tascam you cannot. In Song Surgeon you can do waveform editing, and that allows you to, if you can do that, what that enables you to do are to create customized practice lessons. You can't do that in Tascam. We can cut and paste, we can do other types of editing functions. Again, you can't do that in Tascam. We can insert silence. You cannot in Tascam. Each loop, where we're setting multiple loops, each loop can have a different setting. So, for example, one loop might be set at 75%, the next one at 35%, the next one you may only want to change the pitch. You can do a whole bunch of other customizations for these loop settings. None of these things you can do in Tascam. In Song Surgeon, file changes that you make are permanent and they're portable. So once you export these changes, save them to a new file, you can now take that file and put it on an MP3 player, on your iPod, burn it to a CD, play it anywhere else, on any other player that will play music, and those changes that you've made will be played back. You cannot do that in Tascam. In Song Surgeon, and now we're talking about the Pro version, and I neglected to point that out, we've got a Song Surgeon Pro and a Song Surgeon Standard. The Pro version, which we're referring to here, can also do AV downloading, meaning audio video downloading. So if you're on YouTube or your favorite guitar site or your favorite banjo site or your favorite drum site or your favorite keyboard site or violin or whatever it is that you're doing, Song Surgeon can help you detect the URL of an audio or a video that is playing in your browser, and then it helps you download that file, so you can actually grab that audio and have it on your computer and use it in Song Surgeon. And that's something, of course, that Tascam cannot do. Internal project files simply means that any settings that you apply in Song Surgeon, whether they are loop points, changes in tempo or pitch, markers, EQ changes, all of those things, if you save it as an internal project file and reopen Song Surgeon the next time and open that particular project file, all of those settings will be reapplied. Again, Tascam cannot do that. What you find in Tascam is that if you are working on a song and go back to it the next day, you have to re-identify all of the original information. If you have a particular area that you want to loop or try to slow down, you can't save anything to help recall those the next time you open Tascam. You have to do it all over again. In Song Surgeon we also have vocal reduction, something you don't find in Tascam. We have the ability to rip CDs. And look at the retail price here. Depending on what unit of Song Surgeon you buy, we have a $49 version, which is our standard version, which does a lot of these things, not all of them. And this Pro version, which we've been looking at, is $89. And when you compare that to a Tascam unit, which runs anywhere between $119 and $300, it's simply cheaper, and it could be quite a lot cheaper. Lastly, with regard to the guarantee, we give a 100% money back guarantee for 90 days. In the case of the Tascam unit, the guarantees are vendor specific. They're not from Tascam itself, but from their vendors or retailers, and they're typically between 30 and 60 days. Lastly, in terms of customer service, we have a full service help desk, FAQs, a knowledge base. We even do answer the phone here, unlike a lot of internet retailers. Tascam also has a similar customer service center. So that's going to conclude this video. Again, I just want to remind you that it's very important that you download this fully working demo by clicking this button right here and trying this product yourself, because there's nothing more convincing than you taking this product for a test drive. That way you're not relying upon me, you're not relying upon any of these other folks and what they've said, you're relying upon your own assessment of the quality of the product. And I'm confident that if you download and use Song Surgeon and you do any type of a comparison with any one of these Tascam guitar trainers, that you will come to the same conclusion that you should not be wasting your money buying a Tascam trainer unit. So that's all for now. Thanks for your time.